There's a phrase, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. Well, this is the Subaru WRX STI Final Edition, and in this car, that phrase couldn't feel more appropriate. Now make sure you subscribe, make sure you click for notifications, make sure you like this video, comment, share it with your friends, and also visit newmotoring.com. It was 2014 when Subaru brought back the WRX STI, effectively the Impreza, just without the Impreza name. It was, and still is, a bit of a monster. Trouble is, the world of performance cars had changed quite a bit since the last WRX. Hot hatchbacks had become more and more serious, so the STI's marketplace had shrunk. And so after 4 years back in the UK, the WRX is no more. This is the result. It's the WRX Final Edition, and as the name suggests, this is the last WRX STI we're going to have in the UK. So what's different? Well, aside from the fact you get a few Final Edition badges, you get a bigger display up on the dashboard, you get a slightly different instrument cluster, you get heated seats, a DAB radio, and a reversing camera. Very nice. On the outside, there's a new front bumper, there are bigger 19-inch wheels, and there are new headlights. Again, very nice. But I'm sure you'll be delighted to hear that the Final Edition's upgrades are not purely cosmetic. Underneath the bigger 19-inch wheels, you also get bigger 340mm front discs. And as well as that, the brake calipers are painted in the same bright yellow as the WRX concept had in 2013 at the Frankfurt Motor Show. I like that yellow a lot. As well as that, the DCCD, or driver controlled central differential, is now fully electronically controlled. Before it was electronic and mechanical. The 2.5 litre turbocharged flat 4 boxer engine, that classic Subaru engine, remains unchanged. So it still has 300 brake horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 290 pounds-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. And it is still just a fantastic engine. 4,000 RPM. Zero to 62 miles an hour takes 5.2 seconds, and the top speed is 160 miles an hour. Two things. Firstly, this engine just feels special. It doesn't wake up until 4,000 RPM. There really is nothing below that. Once it gets 4,000, it is quick, and it just makes such a good noise. 3,000, 4,000. The engine just makes it feel so much more special than comparable hot hatchbacks with similar power and performance levels. That being said, I know that the engine is fundamentally the same engine that's been in Subarus for 20 years or so. I've put one of these next to an Impreza P1, and you lift the engine bays of both and you can see pretty much exactly the same thing. Secondly, I'm sure the updated diff is better, but to be honest, on the roads at normal road speeds, I can't really feel it. However, it still feels like a WRX, i.e. it is still a monster in any condition. And you can feel it actually moving the power around. The steering gets lighter when more power goes to the rear wheels. It feels very mechanical, very physical. Unrefined is the wrong word, because I like how aggressive it feels. I like the sounds that you can hear. But the mechanics of its performance are less well hidden. As before, the 6-speed manual is heavy, it is short, it is precise. The clutch is heavy. The brakes, they haul you to a stop very, very quickly. The suspension is firm. The second you get in this thing and start driving, it feels like you're in something serious. But it doesn't bounce you around, and it's not uncontrolled. And the looks? Well, inside it isn't as flash as some comparable hot hatchbacks, but to be honest, I don't really care. It's one of the few cars where I'm more excited about the drive than I am about the quality of the materials. And on the outside, walking away from this thing at night, I cannot help but turn around and give it another look. It is a special looking thing, and it's in blue, which all fast Subarus should be. I think that sums up my experience of the Final Edition and the WRX STI in general. I'm absolutely gutted we won't get this anymore. Hot hatchbacks are just as fast nowadays, so I can understand why it's being dropped, but it has such a charm to it. The engine, the looks, the grip, the history, it's an icon. It just feels special. It's a massive, massive shame. And if you're one of the 150 people who's getting one of these final editions, consider yourself very, very lucky.